Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, bringing you another video today. Today we're talking about, yes, finally, right? It's like we waited forever for this to come out. It's the Cyberpunk update, and we're going to talk about the patches, everything about the patches. Maybe not everything. There's a lot in here, but a lot is better than not enough, and I'm super excited to get this out and talk about this because I've been waiting to get my third playthrough, or I wouldn't even say my third playthrough, I've kind of done one, but my actual playthrough that I wanted to do on stream and sit down and play with you guys. I wanted to do that because, again, I enjoyed the game. I'm not one of these people who knock it and kill it and get upset at it. I thought it was a really good game, even though I played it on two separate PCs on NVIDIA GeForce Now. I understand people on PlayStation and Xbox have had, different experiences. I covered this all in my patient review, which the link will be in the description below, where I talk about everything with the game. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. But this video here is talking about the updates, and does it fix some of the stuff that I had issues with? Does it fix some of the stuff that you had issues with, and some of the stuff my community had issues with? And we're gonna go over that. But again, this is a very long patch. There's a lot going on here, and man, it's a lot. It's really a lot. So let's sit down, let's relax, let's grab some popcorn, let's make sure our fingers get a little buttery, you know what I'm saying? Gotta make them smooth, and let's get on into the video. All right, so the first thing I wanted to show you guys was the Twitter tweet. Wow, the tweet that Cyberpunk 2077 they came out with, the devs over at CD Projekt Red ended up coming out with, and this is just massive. There was a lot of stuff, people talking about it. Right now I have this sitting over here being updated. You could probably hear my PC in the background absolutely just going nutty, but my PC is updating it right now, as long as with Streamlabs and the other video that I uploaded. You'll probably see that before this. We're gonna go ahead and look at the 1.2 list of changes that they ended up tweeting out, and basically there's just a lot here, right? There's a lot, but the number one thing that I wanted to point out, and I wanted to go over in my humble opinion of playing this game, and playing it probably more hours than most people who reviewed the game have gone over, is I really wanted everything to be sort of fleshed out with the open world, and I didn't see a lot of that. There's not a lot of free roam stuff here where you can interact with the world, where you can go sit down and eat, where you can go around and talk to different people, or do things that aren't necessarily, how you say, scripted. And there's not a lot of that here. However, this sets the fundamental precedent for the DLCs, and we've seen a lot of rumors for DLCs, which we'll cover later on, about the DLCs supposed to be coming out, a lot of that stuff working around it. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Cyberpunk's just the patches, right? Just what did they fix, and what didn't matter. So the NCPD spawn radius from when the player commits a crime has been increased. I don't think that was something that was super useful. Where's the AI patrol? Excuse me, I wanted to say control. If you remember in the trailer, a cyber psycho ended up turning into some of the police, and then they would be able to work off and become basically the police of the force, or in the force, and work for that. Where are these people at? Where are these people with these crazy abilities? Where is it that you turn into a cyber psycho because you're going crazy? Where's all that? I don't see anything in here about that. However, this is a step in the right direction, and I'm not going to get upset about it. But if it took y'all this long in the month, or these months, to just sit there and basically go into the file and press spawn radius from like 5 to 15, I'm pretty sure I've seen this Reddit post where people were talking about that. So please, it needs to be better. New steering sensitivity slider added to the control settings. This is great. I have been a notorious critic of the driving. The driving is absolutely abysmal when you compare it to games like GTA. You know, I don't like comparing this game to GTA, but yeah, GTA. However, I understand that with The Witcher 3, they had problems with Roach and just riding around on Roach. It was absolutely abysmal, and I still love that game, so I never knocked it too hard for this. I do want to see the mini-map. And I've seen a little bit of the minimap stuff touched upon. It's somewhere in here. Again, there's just so much. I don't even know where the fuck I seen it at. But I did see the minimap where they talked about that they adjusted some things for that. So hopefully the minimap when you're driving is a little bit better, because I miss a lot of exits and I miss a lot of things when I'm driving around. Another thing is unstuck rocking rotating feature added to all vehicles. I never had this problem. I never really got stuck. And if I got stuck, I'd just walk a couple of distances or steal somebody else's car, and then ended up calling my car again. It wasn't a big issue to me. But if you had a problem with that and you didn't like it, here you go. So again, there's a lot to read through here. There's a lot to go over. There's a lot of bug fixes and a lot of glitches that people wanted to go over, such as quest lines. Some quest lines not working, some things not working. If you guys remember in my patient review, I talked about how there was a theme song, or a song where Johnny Silverhand was doing, and his band, were performing, and that song got stuck replaying over and over and over again while I was doing a mission. Hopefully that's fixed, because that really pissed me off, because I didn't even experience that mission at all, and that happened to me twice. That wasn't even one time. so that hopefully they fixed all of that within here. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, if we go a little bit further, is open world stuff, because again, a lot of the things that I do and most players play is we role play, right? What I wanted to do within this game was role play. That was the number one thing I wanted to do, and I'm pretty sure if you guys watch GTA 5's role playing and the stuff going on over there on Twitch, you'll see that it's very massive. But in a single player game, that's the most important thing, because role playing engages you within the world. So they touched up a lot of the open world stuff, fixing an issue where NCPD hustles were not always counted properly towards the jungle achievement, stuff like that. I actually had that issue, that's why I wanted to cover it right here. But again, I fixed several issues with missing lip sync. I had some problems with that. Camera no longer flips when V is under an object and jumps. Again, another basically just a touch up. And again, a lot of UI stuff here where if you had problems with it, I mean, there's just so many, guys. I could sit here and talk on and on about everything that happened, but again, what are my opinions on this? What do I think about this after reading this about 3 or 4 times, going through it? I want to say that this is just a step in the right direction. That's really all I can say. Is this going to be enough to put it back on the PlayStation Store? I have no clue. I can't sit here and tell you guys this if you're on PlayStation. I can't sit here and tell you guys on Xbox if this is going to be a better experience. I'll have to wait and see how everything plays out and play it for myself. Obviously, if you want to review or talk about a game, you have to play it. And I'll continue to do that. Again, I'll be streaming and stuff like this to play it, and we'll go through it together. However, this is a step again in the right direction, and hopefully we start seeing the DLCs come out for this, because I'm really excited to see this game continue to get fleshed out. I'm still excited to see some of the stuff that they add into this game, and again, I know that it didn't come out the way that we expected, or the way that we wanted it to be, or the way that we seen it to be, but I still enjoyed the game. I really liked the game. It was one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of last year, and entirely. There's all these people on YouTube, there's gonna be all these people on Twitter. I mean, you can just go through the comment sections of YouTube videos. I mean, you can see me right here. You go click on Legacy Killer's video right here. Well, that was loud. If you go through here, you just see everybody talking about, I'm gonna wait for this game is done, all these memes and stuff, everything going around with it. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff, a lot of people getting upset about it. But again, what we do is we're gonna continue to be patient. We understand, and not even just understand. We've already critiqued them. We've already been hard on them. There's no point in getting upset at them. I did this with No Man's Sky. I said this with No Man's Sky, and I've said this with other games. Once you critique them and you get upset for your purchase and you voice or refund or do whatever you want, you really don't need to push that anymore unless you're supporting the game to get better. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. There's a lot of hardworking people, a lot of people who work on Cyberpunk, work on CD Projekt Red, who are good people and weren't necessarily a part of the decision for this game to be as bad as it was, or for some of the cut content and stuff, which I also want to see come back with the trains and all the other stuff that were cut. So I really want to continue to focus on the positive and continue to press forward for the positive and see this game get better, because again, I enjoyed the game. I know you guys enjoyed the game. And if you don't enjoy the game, stop bitching, stop complaining every 5 seconds, all right? Stop being me on Valorant, and let's hope and pray that this game continues to just put out changes like this and get better every day. Alright, so that's going to be it for me today, covering the Cyberpunk patch 1.2. This doesn't mean this is the last time I'm talking about Cyberpunk, as obviously you guys know I love this game. However, this is going to be one of the last times we touch up on the patch and how we feel that this stuff is going to improve on it. Again, I really enjoy talking about this stuff and going through this, but I want to play the game and go through it now. Let's actually get back into playing the game, making some of the stuff that I wanted to do with it, talking about mods, doing mod showcases, and going over that stuff. It'll be very, very fun, and it'll be very enjoyable, as well as get ready for some of the projects. Those are going to be good for Cyberpunk 2077 that I had planned out. And let's have fun, man. Thank God this is finally here. It's been a long month and a half that I haven't played this game. I've been itching to get back on it, but I made a promise that I wouldn't get back on it until most of this stuff was fixed. I'm going to be playing this tonight. Come over to the stream, twitch.tv/ZAHAZ, and come hang out. Join me for this, and hopefully we can start up a new playthrough for some fun. It's your boy ZAHAZ. Bless up. As always, God bless. And I'll see you guys in the next Cyberpunk video.